All right. Okay, hello, greetings and welcome. In the last Wing Chun video we talked about Paksao, how to connect into your partner's structure, how to get your stretch into your core to connect your mass, how to pull the elastic back to create a forward vibration, release some energy. A lot of people do Paksao, they push forward. You should actually stretch back, pull the joints open, come back into your core. Touch your wooden dummy, stretch down, drop your hips, stretch in, and get used to stretching in to reduce out. That's your Paksao. For Pak Lap, basically is the exercise we did to start with. We as our partner comes in, we want to get the feeling of timing to get our hand onto the right place for the Paksao. Now, as we touch, when you touch something here, there's a natural response for your fingers to fold. Your hand doesn't want to do that. Your hand wants to grab. It wants to fold. So we're going to follow that fold and just let our fingers fold on top. So as my partner moves towards me, we get to fold. He moves towards me, we get to fold. Now, I want to touch between the middle of his forearm and his elbow. I never want to touch this area. If I touch this area, he's going to roll and he's going to come over the top. He can use my energy if I touch above in the middle of his forearm. But if I touch from the middle down, he can't fold. He can't fold on me. I'm controlling him. So this area up, you only pull on that zone, you don't push on that zone. So I can lapsao on that area, but I never have any forward forces above the middle of his arm, because that will result in him folding and striking me. He'll take my energy. Here, much more difficult for him to take my energy. I can control the structure. Okay, so his force moves towards me, I put the Paksao. I go Pak and let my fingers collapse. And once we have this timing and my fingers collapse, now I track down and I make a roll. I go down his body and pull. Down his body and pull. Down his body and pull. So I'm doing a circle. Doing a circle. Okay, so his hand moves towards me, I touch and circle. His hand moves towards me, I touch and circle. The reason I'm controlling his hand, he's never done these drills with me before, so it's the first time. So, move forward, I touch and circle. Touch and circle. Now this circle is me tracking down his body. If you've worked through any of my other videos, you'll know that no matter whether I'm teaching Wing Chun, Tai Chi, Qigong, as soon as you touch the feet, you touch the base. When you touch the base, you feel the hole. When you feel the hole, you have the center. You own the center. So I don't want to try and stick to the center of his tension because I don't own the hole. I've got to touch the root. Now I control his power coming from the ground. I feel the hole. I can control the center from that feeling. Very, very important. So his force moves towards me. I parry. I intercept it. I let my hand collapse onto it as I stretch down. And now I'm on his base. Okay. From that exercise, my partner holds the guard up. I do a double Paksao onto his guard, and then I pluck him forward. I go down, and I circle, and I pull him onto his toes. So I touch, I go down, and draw him onto his toes. Touch, down, draw him onto his toes. So I'm circling around and up. The reason why I want to circle around and up, because once I'm here, if I want to strike, his structure is broken. So whether I'm going to throw a conventional Western style punch, whether I'm going to throw a Wing Chun punch, if his structure is broken, I can use dumb Kung Fu and still beat him. But I've got to break his structure with good Kung Fu first. This is where Tai Chi comes in. Tai Chi is very good at breaking structure, so you can do big inefficient circles to get the job done because the person's structure is already broken. And all the old Kung Fu systems have this thing. If you break structure, you can do dumb Kung Fu. And Wing Chun, everything's very, very smart and efficient. So this is why I like Wing Chun, where we touch, find the heel, roll forward, I pull the tension on a curve. Now I'm in a position where structure is broken and I can execute whatever technique I want from here. All right, so his arms might move towards me, or he's just lifting his guard up. As he lifts the guard up, I settle onto the tension he's using to lift. I track down his body to his heel. I feel his weight, I draw it onto his toes. So as soon as I draw it onto his toes, if you get pulled forward, your hip has to go back to maintain your balance. So now he's breaking structure at his hip in order to keep his balance. And then his chin's coming closer. So from here I can execute my punch. So we use a large circle. From there he throws a punch, and then I touch, circle, and just break a structure. I've got the knife hand, got whatever techniques I want with this hand that come out of that. So touch, down to the heel, bring it forward, and then break the structure, and then I've got my next technique can come out from that. So that's your next drill. Once you've done those, then you can start looking at your lineage of Wing Chun, your internal art that you work with, and start blending it across to suit the lineage. So I'm going to try to keep it as principle based as possible, so you can adapt it to whatever you do. You don't have to do it in the same way that I'm doing it, but you want to take this principle of the parry, the collapsing of the hand, the hanging into the core, connecting your weight, running a wave of energy through the heel ball, and plucking on a curve for the pak lap sao. This is the first curve. There you have the circle this way, you have the circle that 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 way, and you have the circle that way with the pak lap. This will depend on the force that's touching you and what is the most efficient way to catch that force and utilize it. So you're always looking at the force that's coming in. So let's say he's got a force coming this way. My pak sao catches it, and now I'll take the energy off there till I strike. So my pak does a horizontal lap. We'll cover drills to do the other, all 6 of these force vectors on different videos. The first force vector, pak sao, lap sao, vertical circle this way to break your partner structure, and then you have your line open. Okay, thank you for your time.